Okay, you guys, welcome to yoga. I'm so glad you guys are here. What I said to my class this morning is that I feel like in this time when everything is crazy and challenging and unknown, this is something that we can have that is solid. And, we don't have to come out of this situation heavier, more stressed than we were coming in. We can actually come out better. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for during this time because we have so much time on our hands. We've got lots of time to move. So I want you guys to go ahead and come seated and find a comfortable seated position. To turn my music down a little since you can't hear it anyway. All right. So go ahead and come down and come seated. So whatever's comfortable for you, you can do crisscross. If you need support, just go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Maybe it feels better to have your legs out straight. Honestly, whatever feels good for you, okay? But what I want you to do is sit up nice and tall and just start to relax. So go ahead and close your eyes and start to focus on your breath. So in yoga, we always inhale as we fill the belly with breath, and we exhale through our nose as we let all that air back out. So think of your belly as a balloon. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly with breath. Let it expand away from your body. And as you exhale through the nose, you're drawing that belly back into the spine. So concentrating on your breath, just breathe at your own pace, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Letting those shoulders get heavy. Every time you exhale, feel yourself sink a little further into the earth, just for letting any stress that you're holding go. So giving yourself this 45 minutes to really just focus on you. Try not to think about anything else that is coming up today or that you've got on your plate or any challenges that you're facing. Just focusing on your breath, focusing on your body. A couple more breaths here. As we're sitting here with our eyes closed, let's take our right ear and drop it over towards our right shoulder. Nice and easy, getting a stretch on the opposite side of the neck. Now taking your chin straight down towards your chest, keeping your shoulders back and your spine long, just let your chin drop down towards your chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. Inhaling through the nose, filling the belly. Exhaling through the nose, pulling that belly back into the spine. And then bringing your head back up to neutral. Take the left ear towards the left shoulder, so opposite side. And gently bring that head back up to neutral. Go ahead and start to open your eyes. So now I want you to imagine that you're in the middle of a big circle, like a big hula hoop. And I want you to start making circles, but have your chest and shoulders touch the whole front of that circle. As you come around the side, you're gonna scoop out. As you come back, scoop your belly, press your shoulder blades to the back, and come back around the other side. So you wanna really go nice and slow, feeling that stretch through your upper back, your lower back, your hips. Start to work out those kinks, especially for those of you who it's morning. I think everybody it's morning except for me. East Coast, you're around 1 p.m. It's 7 p.m. here, so We've had dinner. We're chilling. Good, let's go one more this side. Scooping out the belly, coming back around to the front, and then just reverse that. Let's go the other direction. Scoop it out, come back around. Good, really press that chest forward, working into all of those kinks. One more time around. All right, coming back to neutral. So let's move over onto hands and knees. Just go ahead and bring yourself over. So we want our hands right under our shoulders, knees under hips, okay? So moving through some cat-cow. So for cow, you're gonna drop your belly. Think about a cow's udder, really drop your belly. Lift your chin and tailbone. So we're stretching under the chin, through our core, and stretching out that spine. So we're doing that on the inhale. As we exhale, we tuck everything under, really pressing those shoulders into the sky, tuck your chin. As you inhale, drop the belly, look back up. As you exhale, press everything around your spine into cat. So inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. So I want you just to follow your breath. That's how we do in yoga. That's how we do. Is that proper English? That's what we do. It's about connecting the breath with the movement. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Feel that spine start to wake up. One more time through each. Good, pressing into cat. And then finding your neutral, bringing yourself back to tabletop. So let's take our right arm and reach it straight out in front. And then you're gonna take your left foot and press it straight back. So once you've got this position, once you've looked and seen what I'm doing, I've got a nice straight line. I'm reaching my arm as far as I can forward, and I'm flexing my back foot and pressing it. So like someone's pulling you in either direction. Then I just want you to look at the floor. So that way we're keeping our spine in one nice straight line, holding in spinal balance, pulling our core in. Good, remember to breathe here. And then release, take everything down. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So opposite arm comes out, nice and straight, pressing your foot back, flex your foot, nice straight leg, reach, get stretched either direction and just look at the floor. Remember to breathe here. Good, keep breathing. Starting to build a little heat in the muscles. And relax, bring everything down. So reset, we're gonna go back to that first side. So right arm, left leg, hold it out. If you need a little bit more balance, you can tuck your toes under. That'll help on that back foot, okay? So this time we're gonna add a little bit to it. We're gonna bring our knee into our elbow for a nice crunch, and then we're gonna stretch and reach. Bring it all in and all out. So inhale on that stretch. Exhale, bring everything in, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Good. One more, straighten. And crunch. And release, settle down. If you need to roll out your wrists a little bit, go ahead and do that. All right, so let's do the other side. Left arm goes out. Right leg presses back. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. We've got two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. And last one. And crunch. And release. Good job. All right, let's come into plank. So again, hands under shoulders, Legs nice and straight out. Okay, this is our perfect position for down dog. So if you're new to yoga, you want your fingers spread wide, like a starfish, okay? Wide fingertips pressing out through the thumb and the forefinger. And all I want you to do is lift your hips from here, straight back towards the wall or whatever's behind you. And then let's start to bend our knees one at a time. Stretch out your calves, stretching it out. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Good. Now, when you're ready, start to settle both those feet down. What we're thinking about in down dog is driving that chest towards the mat, trying to get our legs as straight as possible, but it's totally fine to keep your knees bent wherever you are in your practice. Good. Bend your knees deeply, look forward, and start to walk to the front of the mat. So coming up to the top of our mat, we're going to come into a forward fold. Again, totally cool to keep your knees nice and bent wherever you're at this morning with your flexibility. If you're good on starting to straighten those legs, go ahead and start to straighten those legs. And then shake your head yes and no. Give it a good shake. Feel all that tension releasing from your shoulders, your upper back. Hamstrings are lengthening. All right, deeply bend those knees. Start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Take your time, coming all the way up to standing. And give those shoulders, I'm rolling my rug up. Give those shoulders a couple rolls back. All right, at the front of our mat, we're gonna inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward, nice flat back, coming all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. We're gonna slide our hands up to our shins and get a nice flat back. So imagine that you've got like a cup of coffee on your back. Nice flat back. If you can do that with your hands on the floor, go ahead and do that. Exhale, place the hands back down, bend your knees, stepping back to plank. From here, we're gonna work on our chaturanga. So let's drop to our knees first. Hands are right under our shoulders. We're going to squeeze our elbows in all the way down. Imagine that you have a wet sponge under your armpit and you have to squeeze it all the way down. So you're gonna keep it close, coming all the way down to the floor. And then coming up into a back bend. Wherever your back is feeling today, that might be staying low. Maybe with you're a regular yogi and you're gonna come up a little bit higher. What you wanna think about is not having a turtleneck and sinking down like this, coming up, okay? Hopefully you guys can still hear me because I accidentally touched the AirPod and it dinged. I don't know what that means. All right, go ahead and tuck your toes. Bring yourself back to down dog. Settling into those feet again. Inhaling, lift that right leg. Oh, I'm too long here. Lift that right leg up behind. Exhale, bring it all the way, stepping that right leg forward. And then bring your left leg forward. Slowly start to roll back up. Good, come back up to the top. Okay, I gotta shift because I'm gonna crack my head on the table. All right, I'm gonna shift this way. All right, here we go. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive forward, nice flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant those hands, step back to plank. Taking it through your chaturanga. Remember, you can always drop to your knees or squeeze those elbows in halfway down, coming up into your back bend. Flipping those toes back to down dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up. Bring that left leg through, stepping forward. Step forward with your right foot, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. So we soften our knees, we start to bring our back up, nice and flat all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands back to center. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flat back, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands on the floor. I want you to step just your right foot back into a low lunge. So right foot's back, you're gonna drop onto your knee and coming up into a low lunge. So options here. You can stay here. You can flip your toes over to the other side. What I want you to focus on is opening up this hip. So make sure that your foot is directly under your knee, that your knee is not shooting forward of your toes, okay? So keeping that knee tracking behind. Maybe you're gonna come down on the inside of your knee. Depending on your flexibility, maybe you're gonna come down on your forearms, okay? I'm not there yet. I'm just gonna hold and open up my hip flexors. Good, remember to breathe. If you're coming forward like I am, think about your back being nice and long and not rounding. So always leading with the chest. And then shifting that weight back, start to straighten that left leg. See if you can straighten it. Maybe that means you got to come up a little bit higher, okay? Maybe you can come a little bit lower. Bend the knee if you need to. Start to hinge forward over that front leg. All right, shifting your weight forward, bending your left knee. Place your hands back onto the floor. We're going to step that left leg back into plank and then into down dog. Lift your hips, pressing back. Good job. Lift your right leg up behind. Take a big step forward, coming into a low lunge on this side. So we're dropping that back knee again. Your toes can be tucked under or flat. And then finding some place that challenges you. Holding here or coming down on the inside of your leg and hold this hip flexor. Just gonna come over here and check on you guys. Looking good. Awesome. Good, okay, keep breathing through that stretch. Nice job, you guys. A couple more breaths here. All right, let's start to shift our weight back. We're straightening our front leg this time as much as you can. Maybe you keep it bent. And then leading with that chest, coming down towards the knee, using your hands for support. Good, breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose. You're doing great. Holding that stretch, letting the hamstring release a little bit more. Okay, bend your right knee. Go ahead and come forward, placing your hands back on the mat. We're gonna take it back to down dog. A couple of breaths here. Anytime that you need a break, you can always drop to child's pose, just coming down to your knees and shifting those hips back, okay? So this is your practice. Do what feels good. If you've been practicing yoga for a while, or the longer that you do it, you'll start to feel like down dog is a resting place. Right now, you might be saying, oh, right, yeah, sure it is. My shoulders are killing. But I promise you, the more you practice, the more it'll feel like a little bit of a break. My husband's doing this with us and he just laughed. Okay, bend those knees deeply, look forward, start to walk to the front of the mat. Coming into a forward fold here. If you want a little more stretch, cross your arms, hold on to opposite elbows and just hang. Maybe swing side to side. Shifting that weight forward a little bit more into your toes, you'll feel that lengthen down the hamstring. And just let your head relax. Don't hang on to anything. Any pressure in that neck, just hang. Good. Hold there, you guys. Doing good. All right, slowly start to roll back up. All the way back up to standing. Nice job. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale over to the right. You're gonna reach over to the right, dropping that one arm to the side. And think about your top shoulder. So I'm probably opposite of you guys, but you're gonna roll that shoulder open. So what you don't wanna do is start to cave in, stretching out that other side. And breathing, remember to breathe. Inhale, come up to the top. Exhale, other side. Again, roll that shoulder open, chest is open. Inhale to the top, get nice and long. Exhale to the side. Inhale at the top. Exhale at the side. Good, back to the top. And exhale, hands back to heart center. You're still at the top of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step back to plank. Taking it through your chaturanga or just going to down dog, totally up to you. If you want to bend your knees, come down to the floor. Use those knees to help you get to down dog. Okay. Inhale, right leg comes up to the sky. Bring it all the way through, stepping all the way through, and then coming up into warrior one. So in warrior one, our back heel is on the floor, foot's turned in a little bit. And what we want to focus on are our hips going as straight as we can, okay? Arms come up overhead if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you can come out to like goalpost arms. So holding here in warrior one. Good, and then opening up into warrior two. All we do is turn our hips. So I want you to take a look at your front knee. Make sure that it's staying straight over your toes, that it's not falling in. Okay, so open that knee up, looking straight over your front fingers. Relax those shoulders down. Turn your front palm up, come into reverse warrior. So our legs stay the same. We're still in a lunge. We're just reaching back over that back leg. Coming back to warrior two, back to center. And then into side angle. We're just going to take that elbow onto the knee. Our top arm can reach straight up or over. That gives you a little bit more stretch. Okay. Depending on your practice, maybe you're just going to bring your hand down towards your foot, not have any support. Totally up to you. Come back to warrior two. Reverse warrior. And then coming into side angle. We're just going to flow for a second. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Good. Inhale, reverse. One more. And exhale, side angle. Nice job. Coming back up to warrior two. Windmill those hands down to the floor. Stepping back to plank. Again, taking it through your flow, whatever that is, or just meeting us back in down dog. Remembering to use those knees if you want. Finding in down dog. Taking that left leg up towards the sky. Bring it all the way through warrior one. Again, dropping that foot in the back. Arms come straight up overhead. So really focusing on hips, squaring to the front of the room. You're going to feel that open up in your hip flexor. Opening to warrior two. It's rotating those hips. Lots of energy going out through those fingertips. Imagine someone stretching you either way. Our front knees tracking open, reaching open to the outside. Turn that top hand, palm up, reverse warrior. Keep those legs nice and bent, reach up and over, and breathe. Back to warrior two. Reset. And then coming into side angle. Elbow comes to the knee. That top arm reaches straight up or over. And I want you to imagine that there's a wall behind you. So I want you to roll your shoulders back so that your back is nice and flat against that wall. Coming back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Side angle, sorry. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. So connect your breath with your movement. If I'm going too fast or too slow, just inhale when you're reversing and exhale on warrior two. I think we have one more. Back to side angle. Good, and then come back up to warrior two. Reset. Windmill those hands down towards the floor. Stepping back to plank. Good, squeeze those elbows in all the way down to the floor this time. Come all the way down to the floor. Tucking the tops of your feet under. And I want you to put your elbows right under your shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. So we just want to lift the chin, pushing our shoulders away from our ears. So if you find yourself sinking down, push away, get nice and lifted. Let your lower body just relax. Relax through your lower back. Thighs are just heavy. Good. And then coming back down. Now take your hands and reach them behind you with your palms down towards the floor. My face, I'm looking at the floor, and I want you to squeeze and lift. Squeeze your back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, press your feet into the floor in locust here. Breathe, I know it's hard, but breathe through it. Good, and then come down, put your right cheek on the floor. Just relax, head all the way down to the mat. Relax your shoulders, relax your lower back. And then coming up one more time, back into locust. Squeeze through the back, squeeze those shoulder blades, reach your fingers towards your toes, and hold. Remember to breathe here. And you're looking right at the ground. Keep that neutral neck. And then release, left cheek goes down to the mat, relax. Good, let it all just relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your hips. All right, bring your hands back up next to your chest. Push yourself back into a kneeling position. And we're gonna come all the way up to our feet to standing. So go ahead and make your way up to standing. We're gonna work on our balance a little bit. All right, hold on, click this out. A weird notification. Okay, all right, so find your balance on your right foot. So again, I'm probably opposite you, but find your balance on your right foot. Coming into tree. So for tree, your foot can be on your shin. It can be balancing on the floor. It can be all the way up into your inner thigh. If you try to get it up here, squeeze, press your inner thigh into your leg, okay? Into your foot. Core is tight. I'm nice and tall. Imagine someone has a string and they're pulling me, getting me nice and tall. So wherever you're at in your practice, just hold tree. You can put your hands at center. Good. Breathing. Nice job, you guys. Start to bring those arms overhead. Challenge our balance just a little bit. Nice job. Feel your ankles. All those little muscles and tendons in your ankles are working to keep us upright. Now very gently take your bent leg and push it away and point it. Try not to touch the floor if you can. Get a little bit taller, lengthen, and I want you to lean the opposite way. Feel your core start to engage. Just hold. Good. Breathe. Nice job. I know that standing leg is on fire. Come back to center and relax. Shake it out. Relax that lower leg. Maybe roll it out a little bit. Good. Okay. All right, we're going to take our opposite side now. Let's start to find your balance. Again, find your version of tree, whatever that is for you today. If you're coming into your side, press the two together. That's the way it'll stick better, depending on what kind of clothing you have on. Good. Find your balance. So find something to look at that's not moving. So that might be a spot on the wall, on the floor. Hold that. Breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Start to bring those arms overhead and reach. Get taller, lengthen. Stretch that spine. Nice. Good. One more breath. Start to peel that foot away from your leg. Point it out to the side with control. If you fall, it's okay. Just come back into it. And then start to lean. Good. And then hold. Breathe. Nice job. Come back to center. And relax everything down. Shake out that standing foot. Good job, you guys. All right, one more balance pose. We have about 10 minutes left. Inhale, arms come out to the side, okay? We're going to bend our knees, and you're going to take one ankle and cross it over your leg. It doesn't matter which side, because we're going to do both. Coming into standing pigeon, okay? So you can keep your arms right here. You can stay right here. You can start to sit. When you sit, you'll feel that in your hip. Maybe you bring your arms in. Again, it's whatever feels good for you. So the more you sit, the more you're going to feel that stretch in your hip. So holding here. Make sure that bottom foot is flexed, so draw it up towards your knee, protecting our knees. Good. Chest is nice and tall, and we're breathing. Good job, you guys. You're doing awesome. Slowly start to come out of it. Good. Relax, shake it out. Find your balance on the other side. Bend the knees, crossing your other leg over, whichever one you didn't do. And you can keep your hands wherever you want. I kind of like them in here, and I'm going to start to sit back and open up the hips. Good. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Slowly start to wake your way back up and shake out those legs. Nice job, you guys. All right, we're going to come back down onto the floor. So I want you to just make your way back to down dog. We're going to do one more hip opener, okay? So find your way to down dog. Take your right leg and lift it up and back, nice and high. Now bring your knee through, bring it in towards your chest, and you're going to set your knee down right behind your right elbow, okay? I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at my husband because I can't really see any of you guys. So let me turn this way so you can see. We're coming into pigeon. So I know I kind of blend in with the mat, but my back leg is straight out behind me. My front leg is bent. My toes are flexed. Now, depending on how flexible your hips are, if they're really flexible, you can bring this foot farther out in front without rolling onto your butt cheek, okay? I can't do that, so I'm gonna stay right here. Let me turn back to the side. So holding in pigeon. Again, depending on your level of flexibility, maybe you're gonna come down on your elbows. So if your right leg is forward, what I want you to think about here is shifting your right hip back and drawing your left hip forward. Just making that little tweak. right hip back, left hip forward. You're going to feel that deeper in your hip. Hold here and breathe. Not the most comfortable position ever. So if you're finding that you're like, no, Tracy, this is not happening. If you have blocks, so next time we practice, if you have a block, go ahead and bring it. Stuff that block right under your butt cheek right here, and that will help you so that you're not just hanging out in midair, okay? One more breath. All right, tuck your back toes under. Take that right leg, take it all the way back and up, and just give it a couple circles, release that hip. And then bring it back down, good. Back to down dog. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the left, so bring that left leg up behind, nice and high, drive it in towards the chest, dropping your knee right behind your left hand, tucking the toes on your right foot, scooching that leg back. Again, bringing that left foot up as much as you can where you feel challenged. So on this side, you are focusing on left hip back, right hip forward. So feel free to stay up here nice and long, or you're gonna come down, whatever feels good. Well, none of it really feels good. Whatever feels challenging. Good job, you guys. What? Yeah, so Eddie said that his left leg forward is way easier. You always are usually more flexible on one side, that you'll find it's more, it's easier to do on one side than the other. Couple more breaths here. Okay, go ahead and come back up on your hands if you're down on the floor. And I want you to just sink over onto your left hip. You're gonna come into seated. So take your feet flat on the floor, and just like a windshield wiper, drop those knees side to side. Good. And then drop them to one side and hold. Just hold them here. Feel that stretch in your hip flexor. All right, shift them back and forth a couple more times. And then you're gonna go the other way, drop them the other side. Just let them hold. Good, remembering to breathe. All right, bring those feet back to center. You're gonna take both legs nice and straight out in front of you. Inhale, arms up, my feet are flexed, and I'm gonna reach for my knees, my shins, my toes, whatever you can reach, and relax your head down, coming into a forward fold. As you're holding this, as you inhale, release that stretch a little bit, and as you exhale, sink deeper into it. As you inhale, relax the stretch. As you exhale, sink deeper, drawing deeper. Maybe you're using your hands to pull yourself a little bit closer. Slowly start to roll back up, one vertebra at a time. Bending your knees. I want you to reach your hands straight out in front of you and slowly start to roll back. One vertebra at a time. Really engage your core, coming all the way down to the floor. Good. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Okay, so drawing your right knee into your chest, left leg stays long, hug it in nice and tight. Take your right arm and reach it out to the side in a T, and start to draw your right leg across to the opposite side, the left side of your body. As you roll, try to keep your right shoulder on the floor, okay? So only go as far as you're keeping that right shoulder on the floor. And then if it feels good in your neck, just take a gaze over to the right. You're looking out towards your right hand, your knees going to the left for a nice twist. Breathe. Come back to center. Hug that knee in one more time into your chest, and then straighten the left leg all the way down. Maybe shift your hips if they're a little unsettled. Let's take our left knee, draw it in nice and tight. Left arm goes out to the left, nice and straight. And we're gonna bring that left knee across to the other side. Again, on this side, we wanna try and keep that left shoulder down so we're twisting through our waistline. So think about like a towel when you wring it out. That's what we're doing with our ribs, with our waist area. And then if it feels good in your neck, look to the left. Last breath. Drawing your left knee back into center. Hug it into your chest. Now bring your right knee in also. Okay, so disclaimer, remember I can't see you guys and the recording can't see you either because we're gonna go into happy baby. So happy baby, you're gonna put your feet up towards the ceiling, all right? Your knees are wide. So I want you to grab on anywhere that feels comfortable. Maybe you're gonna grab your calves or your ankles. Maybe you're gonna grab the outside of your feet and you're gonna drive your knees down and open. Okay, holding here in happy baby. You can kind of rock side to side, massage your lower back, breathe here. Think about your shoulders relaxing on the floor. Think about your tailbone and your lower back pressing into the floor, driving those knees open. All right, release your feet. Take your legs out long for the best part of yoga, which is Shavasana. So we just want to get long on the mat. So legs go out, hands relax at our sides. Your palms can be up, they can be down. If this doesn't feel good on your back, bend your knees and you can just stack your knees together so it's relaxing here. So whatever feels good, you want to be comfortable. So go ahead and close your eyes. Tuck your shoulder blades under so your chest is open. And I want you to start to focus on your breath again. So inhale through the nose, fill the belly with breath. Exhale through the nose, let it all back out. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, release. Your feet are heavy. Your toes are turned out. Traveling up to your calves, relax your calves and your knees. Every time you exhale, you feel yourself sink a little further into the earth, opening those hips, softening through the belly and the rib cage. Your hands are heavy. Relax your wrists and your elbows. On your next exhale, release that tension in your chest and your shoulder blades. Softening every muscle in your face. Your top row of teeth moves away from your bottom row of teeth. Just breathe. Start to bring your awareness back to the room. Deepening your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make some circles with your wrists and your ankles, waking everything back up. And then reach your arms overhead for a nice stretch. Point your toes, stretch your arms lengthen through your body. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side into a fetal position. So bending your knees, resting your head on your forearm. Taking a couple breaths here. And then using your arms, go ahead and press yourself up. Coming back up into a comfortable seated position. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, bring those arms overhead. Exhale, hands back to center. One more time, inhale. And exhale. May the light in me shine through the light of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or evening. And I'd love for you to join me again. So thank you.